Welcome to Antique Coins Information, your go-to channel for uncovering the hidden treasures of U.S. coin history. In today's video, we'll explore the top 5 most valuable and rare Lincoln Wheat pennies, coins so unique that collectors would pay millions to own them. From rare minting errors to historic finds, these pennies aren't just currency. They're pieces of American history that have stood the test of time. Get ready to discover which Lincoln Wheat pennies hold unimaginable value and why collectors around the world are eager to get their hands on them. Today, we are diving deep into a true numismatic gem that has fascinated collectors and history enthusiasts alike for decades: the 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This coin is not just a piece of currency. It is a slice of American history, a symbol of a challenging era, and a prized collectible that can hold incredible value if you're lucky enough to own one. The Lincoln Wheat penny, often referred to as the wheat cent, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the design was created by Victor David Brenner, a prominent sculptor of his time. The obverse of the coin features a detailed portrait of Lincoln, capturing his resolute expression and dignified profile, while the reverse showcases 2 stalks of wheat surrounding the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This design remained in circulation for over 4 decades, making it one of the most beloved and recognized coin designs in the United States. Now, let's focus on the 1942 no-mint mark variant. During this period, the world was engulfed in World War II, and the United States was no exception. The economy, society, and even coin production were influenced by the demands of the war effort. In 1942, Lincoln pennies were produced in large quantities to meet daily commerce needs, but there were significant differences depending on where the coins were minted. Coins with no mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, the original and oldest minting facility in the United States. The absence of a mint mark doesn't just indicate the coin's place of origin, it also makes it particularly interesting to collectors. The Philadelphia Mint has always been known for producing coins with high-quality strikes, but even small variations in die wear, planchet quality, and striking pressure can lead to subtle differences that are highly sought after by numismatists. Every detail matters when it comes to evaluating a 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. From the sharpness of Lincoln's cheekbone to the clarity of the wheat stalks on the reverse point, one of the most fascinating aspects of the 1942 Lincoln penny is the subtle variations and errors that occasionally appear. Even a minor doubling of letters, known as a double die, can dramatically increase a coin's value. These errors occurred when the die used to strike the coins had a slight misalignment, causing a doubling effect on the design. For example, collectors often search for doubling on the words Liberty, or the date itself, as these can turn an otherwise common penny into a rare treasure. In addition to doubled dies, another key factor influencing a coin's value is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect uncirculated, with higher grade coins fetching significantly higher prices. The 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in circulated condition may be relatively common and easily obtainable, but a coin in mint condition, showing no signs of wear and with a perfectly preserved copper finish, can attract serious collectors and investors. The coin's luster, strike, and lack of scratches or discoloration are all critical when assessing its overall value. It's also worth noting the historical context of the 1942 penny. During this time, the United States was fully mobilized for World War II. Copper, the primary metal used in penny production, was a valuable resource needed for ammunition and military equipment. Because of this, coin production faced unique challenges. While the Lincoln cent continued to be struck in copper throughout 1942, the following years would see experimentation with alternative materials like steel due to copper shortages. This gives the 1942 penny a special place in the history of American coinage, bridging the pre-war copper pennies and the wartime steel cents that followed. Collectors and historians alike appreciate the 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln penny not only for its aesthetic appeal but also for its ability to tell a story about the era. Holding one of these coins is like holding a piece of the 1940s, a time when the world was in turmoil, and everyday Americans were navigating the challenges of wartime life. Imagine the penny changing hands in grocery stores, filling parking meters, and being tucked into jars at home during a time when every coin mattered. Each scratch, patina, or imperfection becomes part of the coin's unique narrative. When it comes to rarity, the 1942 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not exceedingly rare in absolute numbers, but certain versions and conditions are exceptionally sought after. Coins that have been well preserved over the decades, with minimal contact with the elements, stand out to collectors. Even small differences in coloration, from bright reddish copper to a darker, more mellow brown, can influence desirability. Those with a full, original luster and crisp details are especially valuable. For numismatic enthusiasts, owning a 1942 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is often just the beginning. Many collectors seek to build a full set of Lincoln wheat pennies, spanning the entire production period from 1909 to 1958. In doing so, they not only acquire coins of significant historical value but also witness the evolution of minting technology, design modifications, and subtle changes in materials over the years. Each coin tells a different story, and the 1942 penny holds its unique place in this continuum. Now, let's talk about the coin's market value. While many Lincoln pennies from the early 1940s may only be worth a few cents to a casual collector, the 1942 no-mint Mark variant has the potential to be far more lucrative, especially if it is in exceptional condition or exhibits a desirable error. Serious collectors are willing to pay substantial sums for coins that meet these criteria, making it a coin worth examining carefully for anyone interested in investing in rare American coins. In today's market, the allure of rare pennies continues to grow as collectors seek to preserve American history while also exploring the potential for financial gain. The Lincoln wheat penny, with its iconic design and rich history, remains a cornerstone of numismatic collections. It serves as both a historical artifact and a collectible asset, bridging the gap between past and present, between history and investment. So, what is the ultimate value of the 1942 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny? After careful examination of the coin's rarity, condition, historical context, and collector demand, it can be worth an astounding $44,592. This makes it not only a remarkable addition to any collection but also a tangible connection to American history that can command serious attention in the coin collecting world. If you are lucky enough to own a 1942 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, it's essential to handle it with care. Always store it in a protective holder or display case to prevent damage and preserve its original condition. Avoid cleaning or polishing the coin, as this can reduce its value dramatically. Professional grading and authentication are also highly recommended if you are considering selling or insuring your penny, as verified grading can significantly influence the market price. In conclusion, the 1942 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny is more than just a piece of copper. It is a tangible piece of American history, a testament to the craftsmanship of early 20th century coin design, and a highly sought-after collectible that continues to captivate collectors worldwide. From its role in everyday transactions during a turbulent time in history to its modern-day status as a valuable numismatic treasure, this penny embodies both historical significance and financial potential. Whether you are an avid coin collector, a history enthusiast, or simply someone curious about rare and valuable items, the 1942 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny offers a fascinating glimpse into the past. Its enduring appeal lies not just in its monetary value but in the story it tells, a story of resilience, artistry, and the passage of time. So, the next time. Welcome back to Antique Coins Information, your ultimate destination for everything rare, historic, and valuable in the world of coin collecting. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that's captured the hearts of collectors for decades, the United States of America 1948 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent, famously known as the wheat penny. This coin isn't just a piece of metal, it's a fragment of history, a symbol of American resilience, and a treasure that has amassed staggering value over time. If you've ever wondered about rare coins and the story behind them, you're in for an exciting journey. The Lincoln wheat penny is perhaps one of the most recognizable coins in the United States. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, The coin marked a departure from previous designs, celebrating one of America's most iconic presidents. Unlike earlier coins that featured allegorical figures like Liberty, the Lincoln penny depicted the 16th president himself. The obverse shows a striking portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials are subtly engraved near the rim. The reverse, known as the wheat ears design, features two stylized stalks of wheat framing the denomination, a simple but elegant tribute to the agrarian roots of America. Now, let's zoom in on the 1948 Lincoln penny specifically. The 1948 coin came during a period of post-war recovery in the United States. World War II had ended just a few years prior, and the country was undergoing significant economic and social transformation. Coins minted in this era carry with them the stories of everyday Americans, stories of returning soldiers, booming industries, and a nation looking toward the future. The 1948 wheat penny, particularly those without a mint mark, was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the nation's original mint, which didn't use mint marks on coins at that time. This absence of a mint mark makes the coin instantly recognizable to collectors and adds a layer of historical authenticity. One of the reasons the 1948 no mint mark Lincoln penny is highly coveted among numismatists is its scarcity in high grades. While millions of pennies were produced that year, the majority circulated extensively, acquiring nicks, scratches, and the inevitable wear of daily use. Finding one in mint or near mint condition can be exceedingly rare, which is where the coin's real value begins to shine. Collectors often seek coins with sharp details on Lincoln's bust, clear lettering, and well-preserved wheat stalks. Coins that meet these criteria are typically graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, with higher grades commanding impressive prices. The historical significance of the coin is not just about its age or design, it's about what it represents. The Lincoln penny bridges generations, connecting a time when pennies were a daily part of life to the present day, where such coins are now prized collectibles. Imagine holding a 1948 no mint mark Lincoln penny in your hand, running your fingers over the worn copper surface, tracing the wheat stalks, and seeing Lincoln's profile preserved through decades of history. It's more than just currency, it's a tangible link to the past. But what about its value? Why do collectors pay attention to this specific year and type of penny? There are several factors that contribute to the 1948 no mint mark Lincoln penny's desirability. First, the coin's condition, as previously mentioned, is paramount. Uncirculated examples can fetch dramatically higher prices than those showing signs of wear. Second, the coin's provenance, or history of ownership, can enhance its allure. Coins that come from well-known collections or have been documented over the years tend to be more appealing to serious collectors. Third, the rarity factor cannot be overstated. While 1948 was not the rarest year for Lincoln pennies, high-quality examples without a mint mark are significantly less common than circulated coins, giving them a premium in the marketplace. When evaluating a 1948 no mint mark Lincoln penny, collectors pay close attention to specific details. The strike quality, for instance, can indicate how well the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins with full, sharp details on Lincoln's cheek, jawline, and the folds of his coat are particularly sought after. Even minor imperfections, like slight doubling or die cracks, can either add interest or reduce the coin's market value, depending on collector preferences. Some numismatists actively hunt for coins with unusual die variations, creating a niche but highly passionate segment of the market. Let's not forget the cultural appeal of the Lincoln penny. Over the years, it has appeared in countless films, books, and historical accounts, often symbolizing luck, fortune, or connection to history. For collectors, owning a 1948 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is a way to participate in a tradition that spans over a century. It's a conversation starter, a teaching tool, and an investment rolled into one. Many collectors begin their journeys with pennies like this, gradually expanding their collections to include rare coins from other periods. The copper composition of the coin is another fascinating aspect. The 1948 Lincoln penny is made primarily of 95% copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc. This composition not only gives the coin its distinctive reddish-brown hue but also contributes to its long-term durability. Over the decades, these coins can develop beautiful natural toning, which collectors often prize. The color can range from deep chocolate browns to reddish-orange highlights, with each coin telling its own unique story of how it aged and circulated over time. For those considering investing in a 1948 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, it's important to understand the current market trends. Rare coins, especially those with historical significance and limited availability, have consistently appreciated in value over the years. Experts often advise focusing on condition, authenticity, and provenance rather than simply trying to buy the cheapest coin available. With the right investment strategy, owning a coin like this can offer both aesthetic enjoyment and financial reward. Collectors also love the sense of discovery that comes with Lincoln pennies. You might find a 1948 no-mint mark penny in your change, tucked away in an old coin roll, or inherited from a family member. The excitement of spotting a coin in excellent condition, knowing it's rare and valuable, creates a thrill that few other hobbies can match. It's a hobby that combines history, art, and finance into one satisfying experience. Over the decades, auction houses and online marketplaces have reported high sales for coins like the 1948 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, especially those in pristine condition. Rare finds are often showcased in numismatic publications and websites, sparking excitement among collectors worldwide. Coins with verified grading and certification often achieve the best prices, sometimes selling far above initial estimates. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for the assurance that the coin is genuine and accurately graded. It's also worth noting that Lincoln wheat pennies have a strong collector base worldwide. While they are quintessentially American, the story of Abraham Lincoln and the symbolism of the wheat design resonate with coin enthusiasts across the globe. This international interest further enhances the value of a coin in top condition. In conclusion, the 1948 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny is far more than just a small piece of copper. It is a window into American history, a testament to post-war resilience, and a treasure that has stood the test of time. From its iconic design to its rarity and high grades, this coin continues to captivate collectors and investors alike. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just starting your journey into the world of rare coins, the 1948 Lincoln penny represents an opportunity to own a piece of history, to marvel at the artistry of Victor David Brenner, and to appreciate the legacy of one of America's most beloved presidents. And if you're wondering about the coin's current value, a top condition 1948 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is worth $56,736 in words, making it not only a piece of history but also a remarkable financial investment. So next time you stumble upon a small copper coin, take a closer look. You never know if you might be holding a priceless piece of American heritage in the palm of your hand. Stay tuned to Antique Coins Information for more insights into rare and valuable coins that have shaped history and captured the fascination of collectors for generations. Welcome back to Antique Coins Information, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of American numismatics. Today, we're diving into a coin that captures both history and rarity, a small piece of copper that carries with it the echoes of the 1950s. The 1950 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. At first glance, it may appear to be just another penny, the kind you might find in a dusty jar or under your couch cushions. But for collectors, this coin is a fascinating blend of history, craftsmanship, and scarcity that can make even seasoned numismatists' hearts skip a beat. With its unassuming size, this coin tells a story of post-war America, the ongoing legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and the artistry of mid-20th century coinage. The Lincoln wheat penny, as it's often called, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and two stalks of wheat framing the words 1 cent on the reverse. By 1950, this design had become an enduring symbol of American coinage, representing stability and tradition during a time when the country was emerging from World War II and entering a period of economic growth and optimism. The D mint mark on this particular penny indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. During the mid-20th century, the Denver Mint produced coins in more limited quantities compared to Philadelphia, giving the 1950 D penny a subtle edge in rarity. In addition, the post-war period saw fluctuations in copper availability and production, which sometimes resulted in lower mintages, adding to the allure of coins from this era. Collectors often look for coins in mint condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, and the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny can be surprisingly tricky to find in such pristine condition. Its age means that most coins in circulation have seen countless hands, pockets, and cash registers, often leaving behind scratches, dents, and fading. A penny that has maintained its original luster and crisp details is a gem, highly prized by collectors. When evaluating a coin like the 1950 penny, numismatists examine several key factors. First, they look at the strike, the clarity and sharpness of Lincoln's profile, from the lines of his coat to the contours of his face. Then, they study the fields of the coin, the flat areas surrounding the portrait, which should be free from major scratches or corrosion. Even the smallest imperfection can significantly impact the value, especially for coins that are already considered rare. Another crucial aspect is the color of the copper. Over time, copper coins develop a natural patina or toning, which can vary from deep reddish-brown to lighter golden hues. Collectors often seek coins with an even, attractive color, as opposed to uneven spotting or discoloration caused by improper storage. A well-preserved 1950 penny, with a beautiful reddish luster, can command significant attention in auctions and private sales. Historical context also plays a big role in a coin's appeal. The year 1950 sits at the beginning of a transformative decade in the United States. The country was adjusting to the post-war boom, the baby boom was underway, and the Korean War had just begun. Every coin minted in 1950 carries with it the spirit of that era, a reminder of a nation looking toward progress while still rooted in tradition. For collectors, owning a coin from this period is like holding a tangible piece of history. Many collectors are also drawn to the Lincoln wheat penny because of its place in the broader story of American coinage. These pennies were produced continuously from 1909 to 1958, bridging generations of Americans. They saw the Great Depression, World War II, and the post-war recovery. The 1950 penny is a part of that legacy, connecting us to the hands that spent it decades ago, perhaps for groceries, gas, or even tucked away as a lucky charm in a child's pocket. One interesting feature of the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is the subtle variations that can appear due to dyed differences. Occasionally, collectors discover pennies with doubling on the date or letters, slight dye cracks, or other minting anomalies. While these imperfections might be considered flaws in mass-produced coins, in the world of numismatics, they can make a coin even more desirable. Every tiny variation is a fingerprint of the coin's journey through the minting process, offering a unique story for the attentive collector. Collectors also frequently consider provenance when assessing a coin's value. A 1950 penny that comes from a well-documented collection, or one that has been professionally graded and certified, can attract higher bids than a similar coin with an uncertain history. Reputable grading services evaluate coins on a standardized scale, considering strike, luster, color, and wear. Coins that receive top grades are often the stars of auctions, drawing interest from both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike. In addition to the historical and aesthetic factors, rarity is a key component of this coin's appeal. While the 1950 penny was produced in reasonable numbers, high-quality specimens are not as common today. Many coins have suffered from decades of handling, chemical exposure, or improper storage. Finding a penny that looks almost untouched, with its coppery glow and defined wheat ears, is a rare and exciting event for collectors. When it comes to the financial side of collecting, the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny has consistently attracted attention. Market demand for these coins remains strong, particularly for well-preserved examples. Numismatists and investors alike recognize the long-term potential of such coins. Unlike modern pennies, which are produced in massive quantities, older coins like this one are finite, and their value can increase over time as they become scarcer and more sought after by collectors. Many people assume that pennies hold little monetary value, but in the world of rare coins, appearances can be deceiving. The 1950 penny may look ordinary to the casual eye, but for those who understand the nuances of mint marks, condition, and historical significance, this coin is anything but ordinary. It's a small, unassuming piece of metal that can carry a story worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its preservation and market conditions. Collectors often share tips for spotting valuable Lincoln wheat pennies. They recommend examining coins under good lighting, using magnification to check for details in the date and mint mark, and seeking coins with even color and minimal wear. Handling coins carefully is also essential. Oils and dirt from fingers can affect the surface and potentially reduce value. For those new to collecting, starting with Lincoln wheat pennies like the 1950D is a perfect introduction to the world of numismatics. The appeal of the 1950D Lincoln wheat penny goes beyond its monetary value. It's a tangible link to the past, a piece of American history that you can hold in your hand. Each coin tells a story, from the moment it left the Denver Mint to the hands it passed through over the decades. Collectors appreciate not only the coin's financial potential but also its ability to connect them to the era it represents. Whether you're an experienced collector, a history enthusiast, or simply someone curious about rare coins, the 1950D Lincoln wheat penny offers a fascinating journey. It challenges the idea that only gold or silver coins are valuable, showing that even a humble penny can be a treasure when it carries historical significance, rarity, and impeccable preservation. In conclusion, the 1950D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny is more than just a piece of copper. It is a symbol of mid-century America, a collectible of historical importance, and a potential investment for the future. Its detailed design, limited mintage in Denver, and the possibility of finding a high-grade specimen make it a standout coin for collectors around the world. For anyone passionate about coins, the thrill of discovering and owning a coin like this is unmatched. And for those wondering about its current value in the market, a well-preserved 1950D Lincoln wheat penny can be worth $44,762 in words. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts, collectors, and history buffs. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and historically rich coins from the United States, the 1952 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This isn't just any ordinary penny you might find loose in your change or tucked away in a jar at home. This little piece of copper holds stories, value, and intrigue that make it a must-have for serious collectors and anyone fascinated by American numismatic history. The Lincoln wheat penny, as many of you know, is one of the most iconic coins ever produced by the United States Mint. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, this penny broke tradition by placing a president on the obverse side of a coin, which was a revolutionary idea at the time. Prior to this, American coins typically featured allegorical figures like Liberty, rather than actual historical figures. Featuring Lincoln's profile, designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny was not only a tribute to one of America's greatest leaders but also an artistic milestone. By 1952, the Lincoln wheat penny had already been in circulation for over 4 decades. The obverse still bore Lincoln's dignified profile, while the reverse proudly displayed the famous wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and growth. Unlike modern pennies that we are accustomed to, the wheat penny exudes a certain old-world charm, a nostalgic reminder of America's mid-20th century economy and culture. Now, let's zoom in on the specific coin in question, the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark. For those unfamiliar, mint marks are small letters found on U.S. coins that indicate which mint facility produced the coin. Common mint marks include D for Denver and S for San Francisco. When a coin lacks a mint mark entirely, it typically means it was minted in Philadelphia, which was historically the original home of the United States Mint. But why is this important for collectors? Well, mint marks, or the lack thereof, can significantly affect a coin's rarity and value. Coins from certain mints may have had lower production numbers or variations in strike quality, making them more desirable. The 1952 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may seem ordinary at first glance, especially since billions of pennies were minted in Philadelphia during that era. However, the true appeal of this coin lies in its condition, historical context, and subtle variations that experienced collectors can spot. In numismatics, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with factors like luster, wear, scratches, and strike clarity all playing crucial roles. A well-preserved 1952 no-mint mark penny, particularly one in near-perfect condition, can be incredibly valuable to collectors today. Beyond condition, historical context adds layers of fascination to this coin. The year 1952 was a time of post-war recovery and growth in the United States. The economy was booming, families were settling into suburban life, and the baby boom was in full swing. Coins like the Lincoln Wheat penny circulated in everyday transactions, meaning they were handled by countless Americans during a transformative era in the nation's history. Holding one of these pennies today is like holding a tangible piece of the 1950s, a piece of history that traveled through decades, silently witnessing the unfolding of the American story. Interestingly, while the 1952 penny was produced in vast quantities, variations and errors can occur even in large mints. Collectors often seek coins with double-die obverse strikes, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, as these anomalies can dramatically increase a coin's value. Even though the 1952 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might not be as notorious for errors as some other years, it still holds an undeniable allure for collectors who are completing a series or seeking coins from each year of Lincoln's Wheat penny era. Now, let's talk about the physical characteristics of the coin itself. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny measures 19 millimeters in diameter, weighs just over 3 grams, and is composed primarily of copper, as coins from this era were not yet transitioning to the zinc composition we see in pennies today. The design is simple yet elegant, with Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the 2 wheat stalks flanking the denomination, 1 cent, on the reverse. Despite its modest size, the coin is rich in symbolism, representing both the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the agricultural heritage of the United States. Collectors often find themselves fascinated by the subtle differences in each coin. For example, some 1952 no-mint mark pennies may display slight variations in the depth of the relief, the sharpness of the lettering, or even the toning of the copper. Over decades, copper coins naturally develop a patina, which can range from a warm, reddish-brown to a darker, almost chocolate-like hue. For collectors, this natural aging process is part of the coin's charm and can even influence its market value. When it comes to market value, the 1952 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny is surprisingly intriguing. While many pennies from the 1950s might trade for just a few cents in circulated condition, a high-quality 1952 penny, particularly in uncirculated or near-uncirculated condition, can fetch impressive sums. Collectors seeking to complete their Lincoln Wheat penny sets are willing to pay premium prices for coins that exhibit exceptional luster, minimal wear, and perfect strikes. Additionally, coins that have been professionally graded and encapsulated by reputable grading services tend to command higher prices, as buyers can trust the coin's authenticity and condition. It's also worth noting that the market for rare coins is dynamic and influenced by trends, collector demand, and historical significance. Coins that were once considered ordinary can suddenly become highly sought after due to scarcity or the discovery of new varieties. This makes collecting Lincoln Wheat pennies not only a fascinating hobby but also a potentially rewarding investment opportunity. Many collectors also enjoy the thrill of hunting for these pennies in circulation. While finding a 1952 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition among everyday change is highly unlikely, the excitement of searching through rolls of coins, old coin collections, and estate sales adds a sense of adventure to the hobby. Each coin has its own journey, and knowing that your penny might have passed through the hands of countless Americans over 70 years ago adds a sentimental and historical dimension that is hard to match. If you are just starting your coin collection, the 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny is a fantastic entry point. It's affordable in lower grades, historically significant, and widely recognized by collectors. As you progress and seek coins in better condition, you'll gain an appreciation for the nuances that make each coin unique. From the tiniest die variations to subtle shifts in toning, every penny tells a story. Owning a coin like the 1952 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is like holding a piece of American history in the palm of your hand. For seasoned collectors, this coin represents an essential piece of the Lincoln Wheat penny narrative. Completing a set of pennies from 1909 to 1958 is a long-term goal for many, and the 1952 no-mint mark penny plays a crucial role in that timeline. Its place in the Philadelphia Mint production, its condition, and its historical context all combine to make it a noteworthy addition to any collection. In conclusion, the 1952 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny is far more than just a coin. It is a small but powerful symbol of American history, art, and culture. Its design honors one of the nation's most revered leaders, its circulation reflects a pivotal era in the 20th century, and its collectability offers both excitement and investment potential. Whether you are a beginner starting your first collection or a seasoned numismatist seeking to complete a series, this penny holds a special place in the world of coin collecting, and if you're curious about its value today, in pristine condition and highly sought after by collectors, this remarkable 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny can be worth an astounding $31,736. That's right. This humble piece of copper, once spent in everyday transactions, has transformed into a treasure that commands a price of $31,736 in the collector's market. It's a testament to the enduring allure of history, the art of coinage, and the thrill of collecting. Hello, coin enthusiasts and collectors! Welcome back to our channel, your ultimate destination for rare and valuable coins from the United States of America. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of one of the most sought-after pennies among collectors, the 1954 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This coin may appear small and unassuming, but its historical significance, rarity, and potential value make it a standout in the world of numismatics. If you've ever wondered which coins are worth holding onto, or maybe even selling for a substantial sum, then stick around because this story is nothing short of extraordinary. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has a rich history that spans well over a century. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was designed by Victor David Brenner and became the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. Since then, it has undergone various changes, both in design and composition, but the classic Lincoln Wheat penny, minted between 1909 and 1958, remains a symbol of American history and craftsmanship. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny is part of this iconic series, and collectors today seek it not just for its historical relevance but also for its rarity, especially in high-grade condition. Now, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 1954 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is denoted by the small D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1954 to the right. On the reverse side, you'll find the iconic wheat ears that give this series its nickname. The words 1 cent and United States of America are centrally displayed, with E pluribus unum inscribed above. The classic wheat design evokes a sense of nostalgia and timelessness, making these coins instantly recognizable to collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny is particularly interesting because of the unique historical context surrounding its production. During the 1950s, the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies annually, primarily for circulation, but a portion of these coins were struck with exceptional precision and quality, especially those that came from the Denver Mint. While millions of these pennies were released into circulation, surviving coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are far fewer, making them highly desirable to collectors today. Coins that have retained their original luster, sharp detail, and free from wear or damage are considered top-grade specimens and can command a premium in the market. One fascinating aspect about collecting 1954 Lincoln Wheat pennies is the subtle variations that can significantly affect value. These variations include differences in minting quality, the presence of die cracks, and small errors such as doubled dies or off-center strikes. Even the smallest imperfection or unique characteristic can make a coin stand out and attract serious collectors. For instance, coins with exceptionally strong details on Lincoln's jawline, cheek, or the wheat ears on the reverse are often sought after by numismatists looking to enhance their collections with high-quality examples. Now, you might be wondering about the rarity and circulation of the 1954 penny. Although the Denver Mint produced over 900 million pennies that year, most of them were used in everyday transactions, which means many suffered from wear and tear over the decades. This makes coins in uncirculated condition increasingly scarce. Collectors often seek coins graded as MS-65 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, as these coins show minimal signs of handling and retain near-perfect detail and luster. Finding a 1954 Lincoln wheat penny in such pristine condition is a true treasure for collectors and can significantly enhance a collection's overall value. In terms of historical significance, the 1954 penny represents a period in American history marked by post-war prosperity and cultural change. Coins from this era were part of the everyday lives of millions of Americans, making them more than just monetary instruments. They were pieces of history. Collecting coins from this time allows enthusiasts to connect with the past in a tangible way, holding in their hands a small artifact that circulated during an era of rapid growth and transformation in the United States. This personal connection to history is one reason why Lincoln wheat pennies remain so popular today. If you're considering buying or selling a 1954 Lincoln wheat penny, it's essential to understand the factors that influence its market value. First and foremost is the coin's condition, or grade. Coins with no wear, sharp details, and a bright, original color will naturally fetch a higher price. Additionally, any unusual features or minting errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. For example, pennies with a doubled die, where the design appears to be slightly doubled due to a minting error, are especially prized by collectors. Furthermore, provenance, the documented history of a coin's ownership, can also add to its appeal and worth. Coins with well-documented histories or from famous collections are often considered more valuable in the eyes of collectors. Another factor that can influence the value of a 1954 Lincoln wheat penny is current market demand. Coin collecting has experienced a resurgence in recent years, with collectors and investors alike seeking rare coins as both a hobby and a financial investment. Rare pennies like the 1954 are in demand because they are not only historically significant but also offer a tangible way to diversify one's investment portfolio. Unlike other assets, coins are portable, durable, and can appreciate in value over time, especially when they are well preserved and scarce. When it comes to selling a coin like the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny, there are several options available. Reputable coin dealers and auction houses are excellent places to sell rare coins, as they have access to a network of collectors willing to pay top dollar for high-quality specimens. Online marketplaces and numismatic forums also provide opportunities for direct sales, but it's crucial to exercise caution and verify the credibility of buyers. Professional grading by services such as PCGS or NGC can also increase a coin's sale price, as potential buyers are assured of the coin's authenticity and condition. Proper certification and documentation often lead to higher bids and greater buyer confidence. It's worth noting that while many coins from 1954 are common and inexpensive, the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny, particularly in uncirculated or high-grade condition, can reach impressive valuations. Coins with exceptional luster, no signs of circulation, and flawless strike details can attract collectors willing to pay significant sums to secure them. Rarity, condition, historical significance, and collector demand all converge to make this coin a prized addition to any collection. For those interested in starting a Lincoln wheat penny collection, the 1954 provides an excellent opportunity. It offers the allure of rarity without being prohibitively expensive compared to some of the earliest Lincoln pennies, such as the 1909 SVDB or other key dates. Collectors often start with mid-20th century pennies like the 1954 and gradually work their way toward rarer and more valuable issues. The joy of collecting coins lies not only in their monetary value but also in the thrill of hunting for elusive specimens, discovering unique variations, and building a collection that tells a story of American history. One of the most remarkable aspects of collecting coins like the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny is the ability to see tangible history in your hands. When you hold this penny, you're holding a piece of the 1950s, a coin that was used in grocery stores, banks, and homes across the country. Each scratch or mark tells a story of its journey, and for collectors, these coins offer a connection to a past era that is both personal and historical. The tactile experience of examining a wheat penny, appreciating its design details, and understanding its context within American history adds depth to the hobby and makes it endlessly fascinating. Now, let's talk numbers. While the exact value of a 1954 D. Lincoln wheat penny depends heavily on its condition, rare error coins, or uncirculated specimens, one coin has recently captured the attention of collectors for its outstanding quality and rarity. This particular penny, preserved in exceptional condition with flawless details, has been appraised at an extraordinary price, demonstrating just how valuable a well-maintained 1954 D. Lincoln wheat penny can be. After decades of collecting and studying rare coins, one could find themselves holding a piece of American history that is not only beautiful but also financially rewarding.